Okay, good morning. I'm here with Dr. Hartley. He's the principal at Parcells PTO. Can you say hello just so I can make sure I got a good audio level here?
Yeah, hi everybody. Thanks for having me on today, Robert.
Excellent, cool. All right, so how long have you been principal at Parcells?
Hard to believe it. This is year seven already. So, been a great 7 years.
Awesome, cool. Uh, tell us a little bit about how the PTO supports some of the important things that you and the staff do at Parcells.
Sure. The PTO raises a lot of money throughout the year, and this is really the big event that brings in most of their revenue. And we're able to use about $15,000 a year through this event typically, which throughout the years has gone to fund a lot of different initiatives. There's some things that we fund on an annual basis. Probably most importantly, we run a lot of our student activities and clubs, and provide them some additional funding using PTO funds. Our annual choir, band, orchestra competition medals. We use money for end of the year promotion ceremonies. The PTO raises money for some different events throughout the year to kind of welcome our now fifth and sixth graders to the building, and a party for our outgoing eighth graders, just an end of the year celebration. And then what we've been able to do the last few years with funds from the bazaar is to start funding some special projects. All of the door signs that you now see above all the doors throughout Parcells were funded using PTO money from the bazaar. Our new library furniture, so we got some new furniture for the library, and now we've added furniture to, I believe, 5 of our classrooms using funds through the PTO. If you remember, we passed that bond issue, and I can't wait. I know the pandemic has us shut down, but I can't wait to show off the new construction that occurred at Parcells over the last 6 months, because it looks great. But what it didn't fund was furniture. So we're still going to continue to fundraise. I mean, we still have furniture in the building that's 50 years old. It's still functional, but it's getting near the end of its life. And then the other two upcoming projects that we're looking at with PTO money are, we just moved our main entryway, our main office entryway, into a courtyard, kind of off the library lot, if you're familiar with the Vernier Library entrance. And what is needed over there is, new signs and new landscaping, just to, kind of make it look a little bit more welcoming and warm and inviting as you come in the building. And then the other item that we're looking to add to our newly renovated auditorium is a pit cover. And essentially what that would do is allow us to have larger events in there. In even our end of the year promotion and honors night, we'd be able to get more students on stage to create more space for patrons in the auditorium, which I know is an annual frustration for a lot of Parcells parents. So, without the PTO, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of these things. The district money obviously is earmarked for curriculum instruction and running the school district, and some of these extra special projects wouldn't be done without the help of the Parcells PTO. And then another thing that they started doing last year was funding teacher grants. So they were able to fund, I think, about $3,500 last year in individual teacher grants. So teachers were able to submit proposals for their classrooms, different classroom technology, equipment, you name it. If a teacher, was going to use it to benefit students at Parcells, the PTO was going to support it. So we're looking to do that again this year. Obviously, the pandemic is slowing us down, and I commend the PTO for still doing this virtual event. Not letting the Parcells die. I want to the Parcells Bazaar die. I think, are we going on 40-ish years, 50-ish years?
They tell me this is the 45th year. Yes.
45th year. Pretty incredible. And COVID wasn't going to stop us at 44. So hopefully we get a lot of traffic on the website today and throughout last week. I think we got some decent traffic, and then we're open all the way through Christmas. And then some really good items on the silent auction going on there too. So I hope people are getting on there and supporting the event, so that we can continue to raise money to support all the things that I just talked about for our kids.
So I mentioned earlier before when it was just me here on the stream, that Parcells added an extra grade this year. What are the impacts of that, and what are some of the advantages of having the fifth graders up in middle school?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we've been, you know, excited for at least a year now, as we have planned and prepped for fifth grade. Obviously, like everything else, like I've already mentioned today, the pandemic and COVID threw a wrench in our plans, and we're having to do things remotely more than we would have liked. But it's been really nice to have fifth grade in our building. We had to do some rearranging of rooms, and we were able to kind of use the construction and use the fifth grade coming over to kind of rearrange all of our classrooms and where they're located in a way that kind of just makes more sense for the function of the school. Um, so the impact of fifth grade is, there's still elementary kids, for all intents and purposes, in a lot of ways anyway. I think that they're going to be fantastic and do fantastic in the middle school, and I think that will be more and more evident as the years go by. Um, but things like playground equipment that we aren't used to running, or reading group tables and different types of furniture that are more specific to support elementary instruction. So we've had to use portions of our budget, and last year's fundraising efforts was used to purchase some of those items as we add fifth grade to the building. So from a benefit standpoint, I think getting to know the kids and having them 4 years for us, in middle school, 3 years is quick. We get them in sixth grade, we kind of get to know them over seventh, and then, by the end of eighth grade, they're out the door. So having them for 4 years, like they are in high school, and actually, 5 years or even six with young fives at the elementary level, it's nice to really be able to get to know them as fifth graders, because then we're better able to support them through our curricular programs. As they're become sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, place them better, in sixth grade, transition them better. It's been nice to have a more similar structure to their day as fifth grade, but in the new building. We were able to have our fifth graders only for 3 weeks. I gotta say, it was my favorite 3 weeks of the entire year, seeing students come in. But I think getting them comfortable and having a year under the belt where they still really have primarily one teacher, and they do rotate within a team for their core curriculum, but really to have one teacher support them, get them used to the structure, used to the building. We have some activities planned for our third and fourth quarters where we'll start to just get them used to what sixth grade is going to look like, and we expect the fifth and sixth grade transition obviously to be better and more smooth than ever, because we'll know them, we'll have spent some time in our building. Our staff will better be able to place them on a certain team or in a certain elective course or a support course that's needed, or an honors course, if that's the type of support a student needs. So I think it's going to be really beneficial from our standpoint, just utilizing those 4 years, getting them while they're still moldable, shapeable fifth graders, and be able to get them the supports and rigor that they need in order to be ready for high school. So all in all, I think it's going to be a really great thing for our fifth graders and as they become sixth, seventh, and eighth graders.
Great. So I'm trying to think of some of the other projects that I know were funded in the past. Obviously some of the lounge furniture, right? Creating kind of a courtyard inside the building there.
Yeah, so yeah, the PTO did fund a lot of the furniture within our new lobby. And we run a Pantherpalooza event, which did a lot of the wall covering, wallpaper, new awning. So if you were at Parcells 3 years ago, I think you'd walk into our lobby on Monday and not even recognize the place. It's just welcoming, warm, inviting. It has a fun middle school feel. We've got a giant mural of a panther on the wall, some nice inspirational quotes and messages, and it just kind of turns a drab entry space into one that kind of breathes some life and brings some energy, I think, to the school. So yeah, the PTO was instrumental in not only helping us with that Pantherpalooza event, but we used some of the money from the bazaar and other PTO fundraisers in order to get some of our tall tables and give it more of a bistro cafe feel. Our students love hanging out in there. We use it as an incentive for small groups of friends to have lunch together, and just make it a fun space. And we look forward to getting back and using that soon, hopefully. So,
Awesome. Okay, well, hey, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your Saturday morning,
of course, least I can do.
and looking forward to. I did have a little. I didn't mention on the stream earlier, but I almost pulled out my yellow vest and threw it on this morning because there's something very exciting about waking up way too early to help getting the parking lot and all the vendors ready. So at least from my perspective, I can't wait for us to get back to that again next year for the in person. Not that this wasn't fun, but I think that for more than one reason, it'll be great to get back to that next year. And I'm sure you're looking forward to getting the kids back into school as well.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And those of you that have been watching the district emails closely, we plan on having our fifth and sixth graders back in the building on January 4th. So coming out of our winter Christmas break, and getting our seventh and eighth graders back on the 11th, a week later. So giving sixth graders that transition week that fifth graders were able to get, back in October, November, and getting all of our kids back, on an every other day basis. So we're still able to maintain spacing and do all the things to make sure safety is being strictly monitored and put into place. But Bazaar specific, you're right. I love the energy that that it brings to the school and the setup, the takedown, and all throughout the event on Saturday. I thank the PTO again for everything that they do. But this event has always been, I think, pretty special. And if it's any testament, Robert, you come back, you don't even have a student at Parcells anymore. I think you enjoy the event so much that you still come back and help us out, and we really appreciate you and everybody's efforts into making this event what it is.
Yep, the Bazaar team, the players change over the years. It's the 45th year, so the event stays the same, but there's always just really incredible volunteers. I know Donna Miller's done an incredible job with this virtual bazaar, getting the website up. Clarissa Bailey, Claire Pfeiffer, and so many others have really helped us to be able to do this and be successful even in this weird kind of upside down version. So, all right, well, hey, I really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and can't wait to see what we have to come in Parcells this year and into the future.
Thanks so much for having me, and thanks for a great event, and have a great Saturday.
Thanks, Dr. Hartley. Talk to you.
Yep. Bye bye.